Have you ever started a painting and then you got to the middle and you get a little stuck? Maybe I should ask if that's ever not happened. It's super normal, and I have 7 tricks for you today to help you get through the humps in the middle so that you do not quit making your painting and instead get to the end of the beautiful vision that you have. I'm Michelle of Embodied Art Studio. If you haven't yet, take a second and subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, and then let's dive into my 7 tricks for you. Number 7 is the most important, but all of these are going to be helpful in getting you through your next painting. The very first thing that I want to tell you is that when you get to the middle of your painting, it is completely normal to feel stuck. For me personally, the way it works is in the beginning, there's so much potential, and I'm so excited about starting a new piece that everything feels kind of easy and the potential is there, and so I have a lot of flow. And then when I get to the middle, I am starting to see what's coming down. It's never exactly the way that I wanted it to be, and so there's that tension of like, oh, I thought it was going to be this way, it's showing up this way, and that's just normal. What's really going on here is when you have an idea in your head, it's in like the idea form. And when you start to bring it down into the tangible world, into reality, it can only exist in one form. This painting can only look this one way, whereas in my mind, it has the ability to morph and change. And because of that, there's always gonna be a tension. There's gonna be some stuckness in the middle, and it's okay. So the very first trick that I want to tell you for being in the middle is actually really easy. It's just to stop and reflect, to really take the time to dialogue with your painting. Put it up in front of you, get your journal out, or just look at it and think about it. And then with the other tricks that I share with you, you're going to definitely be able to continue on with your painting. Okay, after you take the time to really sit down and just be with your painting and be with the stuckness, the obstacle that's arose for you, the second trick that I have for you is to take a picture of your painting, and then you're gonna change it with the filter on your phone to black and white. Instantly, you're going to see your painting differently, and especially you're going to be looking at the values. Black and white is only values. It's taken all the color out of it, and that really helps you assess how balanced are my values. Are there areas in your painting that are too dark, and maybe they're just not balanced with enough light? You're going to be able to see this much more clearly when you use the black and white filter. My third trick is similar, but it's to help you figure out your color a little bit more. So if you're like me, I don't ever have a strong plan for color when I dive in. So in the middle, I'm still figuring out my color scheme and what really wants to happen. So again, I'll take a picture of my painting and then use the filters to show me different versions. There's the warm and the cool and the sepias, and that can actually help inform what you like better. It just happened to me with this painting actually. I took a photo of it and I was just playing with the different filters, trying to see it with different eyes. And I realized that I very much preferred the cool filter. So that informed me that for the colors moving forward and the overall scheme, I might want to bring in more blues and more greens. So that's helping me think of the next step for myself. And fourth, this isn't a trick as so much as a tip. All you really need to know is the next step. If you know that you want to dull this down with some white or some gray, but you don't know what else to do, that's fine. Take that next step. Do the one thing that you know you want to do, and then come back to your chair, look at your painting after that, and see if the next step after that isn't already apparent to you. I found that this is true for me most of the time. I wish that I knew 5, 6, 7 steps in advance, but I usually only know the next one thing. And when I take that step, then I see the next step after that. Another great tip just to help you see your painting differently. If you're in that pause moment, you're in your chair, you're looking at your painting, figuring out what wants to happen, this is a great trick. take your painting and flip it upside down. Just notice how different it looks now. You're going to be drawn to different areas. You're going to notice things that you didn't notice before. And my theory is that a lot of what's being asked in the middle is for balance to be struck. So balance with the color, balance with the composition, and balance with the value. And so the black and white picture takes care of balance with value. The color filters helps you with color balance, and then this can really help you with composition balance. How does it feel? Is there anything that just feels heavy on one side and needs to be balanced on the other, or like taken away a little bit? These are the questions that you want to ask yourself. Another trick for helping you see your painting with fresh new eyes is to hold it up in front of a mirror. You could also do this with your phone. Again, take a picture and flip it in the mirror image. And this will give you, again, a better way of assessing the composition. What feels off? Is there any area that needs to get bigger or smaller or get balanced, by adding something here or there? And the last trick that is probably the most important one is for you to come back to what your original intention was. What did I want to create when I started this painting? And really touching back in with that and seeing, am I in alignment or have I gone astray? I know for myself, sometimes I get a little too caught up in trying to make something look realistic, or I don't know, getting a little too obsessed about one thing or the other, and then I'm like, oh, well, that wasn't the point anyway. I wanted it to be really freeform or, really fun or really loose. So it's super important to come back to that and make sure that you're staying on track with the original vision that you had. I truly hope that these tips help you in every painting that you make from now on to get over the hump in the middle to the end beautiful product that you are creating. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you want more tips about the creative painting process, subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.